Right, carrying on with 17.3, page 255. Just two questions, but they're quite horrific. You've got to get your head around what's happening in the language of it. So I should have done a cut and paste of the question. I'm sorry, didn't do it. Not going to do it. I'll read slowly. Besides, if you're on page 255, you've got the question in front of you anyway. I've prepped it. It's quite horrific. The second question, question 7, is actually easier than question 6. So question 6, it says, the car is travelling at X kilometres per hour. So here I go. Come here, pen, come in action. Right, so I've got speed equals X kilometres per hour. And it travels 60 kilometres to its destination. So distance equals 60 kilometres. Right. On the way back, well, the distance is still 60 as you're coming home. On the way back, its speed is 20 kilometres per hour more. Here's the new speed. So X plus 20. That's what 20 kilometres per hour more means. And my distance is still 60. Because I'm coming home on the way back, it says. So that's the question set up. If the time taken for each part of the journey, that means there and back, is added together, the total journey time is 2.5 hours. I'll put here 2.5. That's going to form part of our equation, the total journey time. So total time is that, alright, and that's in hours. By writing down expressions for the time taken for each part of the journey, they're giving us a hint. So what's time? Well, speed equals distance divided by time, so time equals distance over speed. So the time here equals the distance divided by the speed, and the time for going home is going to be the same distance divided by the faster speed, which is X plus 20. As you can see, we're forming an equation. It says form an equation for the total time taken. Well, that's the outward journey, that's the return journey, and that plus that should come to 2.5 hours. Please note my 3 well-planned circles. So form an equation for the total time taken. So here I go, let's just do it. So 60 over X plus 60 over X plus 20 equals 2.5. Great, I've got a grade A. Now, formed an equation. Solve this equation to find the speed for each part of the journey. In other words, get the X for there, get the answer for X, and then for this one, add 20 onto the same X, and we'll see what the faster speed is. I know it's 20 kilometers per hour more, but let's get X first. Again, we've got ourselves an equation. Find the common denominator, which is X bracket X plus 20. You multiply this by X plus 20, the 60 wants it as well. So let's just set up the calculation very carefully. Plus 60, lots of X, alright, because X plus 20 times X, the 60 wants to be multiplied times X, otherwise it won't be an equivalent fraction. Well, that equals 2.5. Let's just keep working on it. Multiply out 60X plus 1200 plus another 60X's comes to 2.5 multiplied by this denominator here. Well, just multiply it out and drag it over. That's going to be X squared plus 20X's, isn't it? Simplify over here. I've got 120X plus 1200 equals, let's have a look, 2.5x squared. 2.5 times 20 is 50, I believe. Yes, so 50 x's. Bring it all over to the right hand side. So I've got 2.5 x squared plus 50 x's. Take away 120 x's. Take away the 1200. All that equals to 0 on the left hand side. Simplifying, 2.5x squared. 50 take away 120 is minus 70 x's, minus the number 1200. We should double up really. I mean, actually, if we divide through by 2.5, my tendency is to multiply by 2, so that 2.5 becomes 5. But I've got a calculator, so if I divide throughout by 2.5, should work. So that gives me x squared minus, well, 70 divided by 2.5 gives me 28, so it's minus 28 x's, and divide 1200 by 2.5, and that gives me 480. Again, I've reduced it down to a straightforward equation. He says, now I've got to factorise this thing. Okay, so two factors. Well, let's do the easy bit. X times x makes x squared. I've got to think of two numbers that multiply together which give me 480, but will give me a difference of 28. Let me think. That's 12 times 40. I'll tell you how I did that. 12 fours are 48, so I went for 12 times 40. As you can see, 40, if I take 12 from 40, I end up with 28, so I've probably got it right. Now, that's got to be negative, and that's got to be positive, because I've got minus 40 x's plus 12 x's will give me minus 28 x's, and of course minus 12 times minus 40 will be minus 480. So what have I got here? I'm going to have to work up here now as I run out of space. I've got x plus 12 equals 0, therefore x equals minus 12. We don't have a negative speed, so I'm going to discard that one. And I have x minus 40 equals 0, therefore x equals 40 kilometers per hour. So that's that one done. I've worked out the speed for each part of the journey. Well, that's 40, and this one's going to be 40 plus 20. So x plus 20 is going to be 40 plus 20, which is 60 kilometers per hour. And there's your two answers. That's the outward journey, and that's the coming home journey. Speed, rather. Alright, so speed out is 40, speed back is 60, and it's faster. And that, sirs and ladies and gents, is question 6 done. Right, question 7. It's actually easier. So let's just do it over the other side and be done. Again, I've prepped it, and let's look at it together. Now, Sean, question 7, page 255. Sean and Ben, let's just set out their story. There's Sean, there's Ben. They both play cricket. During the season, they each score a total of 45 runs. So 45 for Sean, 45 for Ben. Sean plays X games. Ben plays X plus 4 games. So he plays 4 games more than Sean. For part A, it says, write down an expression for the batting average for each of them. Now, batting average means how many runs do you score on average compared to the number of games that you played. Well, let's have a look. What did Sean do? So Sean did 45 runs out of X games, and Ben did 45 runs out of X plus 4 games. So that's a batting average, alright, for each guy. There is a difference of 4 runs between their batting averages. Right. Use your answers to part A to write down an equation involving x's. There's a difference of 4 between Sean's average and Ben's average. Now, difference means take away. So Sean's average take away Ben's average is going to be answer 4, and there's an equation we've got to work with. So let me just try and tidy it up a little bit. Hopefully it'll fit on one page. Again, common denominator, x bracket x plus 4, so 45 wants the x plus 4 as well. Again, I'm not going to miss out any steps. Subtract 45, he wants the x now, comes to 4. Just read the question. Write down the equation. Well, I've done the equation, so solve your equation to find how many games Sean played. Sean was X games, so if I get an answer for X, I've got Sean, and I'm sort of doing it up there. Let's drag it all down. Okay, so multiplying it across, I've got 45 X's plus, well, 4 45s are basically 2 90s, 180, minus 45 X's will make 4 lots of X squared plus 4x. What I've done, of course, is take the whole thing over and put it all on a level and multiply it by 4 straight away. Well, I'm about to multiply by 4 straight away. So what have I got here? 45x's minus 45x's, bye-byes cancel out. So I've got 180 equals 4x squared plus 16x's. Well, let's tidy it up a little bit. 4x squared plus 16x's minus the 180. Leaves me 0. All's gone glitchy. All stop, please. Don't do that now. Minus the 180 equals 0. Good recovery. Divide through by 4, just to simplify down, so show the examiner what I'm doing. Plus 4x minus, well, 180, halve it and halve it, comes to 45, equals 0. Let's go upstairs and get factorising. So I've got x squared plus 4x minus 45 comes to 0. Two simple factors coming up. That will be x and x. How do you make 45? Well, 9 5s are 45, plus they give me a spread of 4, a difference of 4. So I'll have a 5 there and a 9 there. Now, I must end up with 4 x's, so that's got to be positive. Then take away those 5 x's, should land it for me quite nicely. Let's check. X times x, x squared. X times 9 is 9x, minus 5 times x, minus 5x. So 9x minus 5x, 4x's. And just to confirm it all, minus 5 times 9 is minus 45, so I'm really happy with that one. So, working down here now, I've got x minus 5 equals 0, therefore x equals 5 games, and x plus 9 equals 0, so x equals minus 9 games. Well, you don't want that one. I mean, Sean did not play minus 9 games. He played 5 games. That is the downside to quadratics, whereby in the real life context, one of the answers could be totally meaningless. Sean did not play minus 9 games. The answer is 5 games. And incidentally, Sean played 9 games because of the 5 plus 4 makes 9. But it asks us for Sean. Sorry, Ben played 9 games. 5 plus 4 is 9. But it asks us just to get an equation and find out how many games that Sean played. Well, Sean played 5 games, and there it is. I'm going to stop there because they're very complicated. And there's no more at all in that section. I'll be preparing some of the questions in 17.4, and I'll catch you later.